The Petliakov PE-2, often referred to as the Pawn or Peshka, was a Soviet twin-engine dive bomber used during World War II. Initially conceived as a high-altitude interceptor, it was repurposed as a dive bomber, following the observations of the effectiveness of the German Stuka in the Blitzkrieg, and the realization that the Nazis had no large-scale development of high-altitude long-range bombers underway. It became one of the outstanding tactical attack aircraft of the war. It also proved successful as a heavy fighter, as a night fighter, and as a high-speed reconnaissance aircraft. Interestingly, the PA-2 was designed and developed by Vladimir Petliakov and his team while they were in a Soviet gulag. Petliakov, caught up in Stalin's Great Purge, was sent to a Sharashkas, special prisons run by the NKVD, where valuable prisoners could continue their work under close scrutiny. In 1938, Petliakov was tasked with leading the first Spetstekhodel, Special Technical Department for Aviation. Following his outstanding work, he was released in 1940 and, ironically, was awarded a Stalin Prize. Constructed from metal, the PE-2 had a sleek, streamlined fuselage and a mid-wing monoplane design. It was roughly 12.7 meters in length, with a wingspan of 17.2 meters and a height of 4 meters. It had a glazed nose behind which was a raised cockpit providing the pilot with excellent visibility, and further back, a gunner's position. It was powered by two Klimov M105 PF V12 liquid-cooled engines, each generating 1,260 horsepower. This configuration gave the PA-2 a top speed of about 580 kilometers per hour, 360 miles per hour, a service ceiling of 8,800 meters, and a range of around 1,160 kilometers, 721 miles. It could maintain such performance while carrying up to 1,600 kilograms, 3,520 pounds, of bombs in its internal bomb bay. The P-2 had an internal capacity for 6 100-kilogram bombs, for a total of 600 kilograms. This was supplemented by 4 external underwing racks. These were capable of carrying 4 100-kilogram or 250-kilogram bombs, or 2 500-kilogram bombs in overload configuration. Only the bombs in the external racks could be used in a dive bombing attack, as the internally carried bombs had no dive release gear and could not be dropped in a steep dive. The aircraft typically had a crew of 3, a pilot who operated the two 7.62mm SHKAS, fixed forward-firing machine guns in the nose, a navigator-cum-bombardier operating the nose machine gun, and a radio operator who handled another machine gun in a rear-facing turret. When Germany launched Operation Barbarossa, the surprise invasion of the Soviet Union on June 22, 1941, the Petliakov PE-2 was still relatively new to the Soviet Air Force. Production of the aircraft had started in late 1940, and by the time of the German invasion, only a small number of PE-2s were in service. The sudden and devastating nature of the German onslaught caught the Soviet Union off guard. Many aircraft, including PA-2s, were destroyed on the ground during the initial attacks. The Luftwaffe, the German Air Force, had air superiority in the early months of the war, and the limited number of operational PE-2s and their inexperienced crews struggled to make an impact. However, the Soviet Union was able to ramp up production and training swiftly. The PE-2's design allowed it to perform well in various roles, making it increasingly valuable as the war progressed. Once the crews became more experienced and skilled, and as the number of operational PE-2s grew, the aircraft's effectiveness significantly improved. By 1942, the PA-2s were undertaking a multitude of missions and had begun to make a noticeable difference in the conflict. The aircraft's speed and maneuverability, along with its ability to perform accurate dive bombing runs, made it an excellent tool for supporting ground forces. These attributes helped the PE-2 become one of the most important aircraft in the Soviet arsenal and played a crucial role in turning the tide on the Eastern Front. The PE-2 was also notable for its role in all-female aviation regiments of the Soviet Air Forces, like the 587th Bomber Aviation Regiment. The PE-2 underwent several modifications throughout the war, leading to multiple variants. These ranged from fighter versions, reconnaissance versions, to various specialized bombers. The most produced variant was the PE-2FT, which had enhanced defensive armaments and better armor protection. By the end of the war, Over 11,000 PE-2s had been produced, a testament to the aircraft's success and importance in the Soviet military effort. Its use extended beyond the Soviet Union, with several countries employing the aircraft in their air forces post-war, further underlining its adaptability and reliability.